system.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Senator Saunders.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And before I ask Mr. Gates a question, I did want to comment that I think your statement on nurses was right on. My understanding is that we have some 50,000 Americans or so who want to go to nursing school in the midst of a nursing crisis and can't get in there because we don't have nursing educators.
Yeah, you got it.
And in fact, that's what I want to talk to you on Friday about the higher education bill. Just that
We'll
issue.
do that on Friday, and
Right.
I'm sure Mr. Gates will be interested.
All right. Mr. Gates, I think there is no debate that we have got to focus a lot of attention on urban schools. How minority kids are treated is a disgrace, and so forth. But what I represent a very rural state, the state of Vermont. And by the way, we'd love you to come up and say hello, visit us. It's only 20 below today, but it'll warm up in a few weeks. In rural America and in rural Vermont, we have situations where there are not a lot of good-paying jobs. And kids don't really get a sense of why they need an education because they don't see much in front of them. Kids are dropping out, kids are doing self-destructive behavior, drugs, crime, so forth and so on. What thoughts do you have about how we might be able to revitalize education and create excitement in rural communities around this country?
The foundation schools, very high percentage of them are urban schools, and because that's where we've seen where you've got the large minority populations and you have these super high dropout rates. I agree with you that the rural situation is not some panacea. In fact, when we first got involved, I said, well, hey, if it's just urban, let's just copy what they're doing in the rural areas. And in fact, as you say, it has some particular problems in terms of the breadth of teacher skills. Often, for political reasons, school districts that should merge together do not want to merge together because that comes down to the point of, okay, we should merge the schools to try to get scale. And that takes some political leadership because there's a hard choice there about, as you have less students, how do you create that critical mass? So I do think there should be a lot of school district mergers take place, would help a lot in these rural areas. There has been some work done by the foundation in rural areas, and I'll get them to write that up and send you and I a copy of it.
Good.
We do think that some of these technology things where you can go and get great courses over the internet and have even rural areas sharing with each other where one is very good at one thing and one is good at another thing, that those can be quite advantageous because in Vermont you have good broadband connectivity. Most of the schools are hooked up, and so it should be very possible.
Okay, thank you.